So the camera's over here. Don't forget.
Hello.
Because we're on both screens. Hello, my friends. If you can hear us, if you can see us, then let us know.
And you're not watching the Super Bowl.
Rua said maybe we shouldn't have done it tonight because of the Super Bowl. But if nobody's here and we're not enjoying ourselves and you're not enjoying ourselves, as always, if you don't like it, you can leave. I don't mean that mean. It don't hurt our feelings, maybe a little bit, but we'll get over it. And if it's not going very well, then we can end it anytime. I bet that's a notification says that we're live on my channel. But
that's cool
because you got notifications on. I don't know for sure. Some people have to watch ads, so that might be why nobody's commenting. And it says,
"Hey, somebody did go."
Did go?
Yeah.
It might have to do that. People disappear while the ads are going. Yeah, because they're not really in here. But I see the number go up and down like that, so it's went up just a couple. But nobody said if you can hear us very well yet.
Can you hear us? Are we alone out there in the internet world?
It's all right. We can talk to ourselves. How are you, my dear?
I'm okay.
A little tired?
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that great tonight. And so he almost did the live stream by himself. But I'm like, I'll join.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here.
Me too. I'm glad you're here.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Your name's Rua.
Yeah.
And you're married to a really great guy.
I am.
Probably the most handsome person you ever met. Hello. All right. Sound fine? Angel Eyes, I bet it's your connection. I know you've always had connection problems before. Glad you're here, Teen Homesteader. Glad you're here, Angel Eyes. Survival LT was here. Baroness was here for a while. Elisha was here. But I'm not sure who all's here now. Hey, there you go. Turn 1. I guess it was today, wasn't it?
Oh, happy YouTube anniversary.
Yeah, well, I'm a content creator.
Wow, you've been on YouTube a year.
I know, can you believe it?
That's a long time.
I'm
proud of you for doing it for a year.
Do you know what our first video was a year ago?
No.
It was like the hey Papa, hey Margie, glad you're here. It was the
Hello.
Walk around the farm kind of thing.
That was the first video. I do remember one. There was a cute one with Abe when he was little and he was helping you plant.
Yeah.
And then I remember one of the kids dancing.
Well, Solomon used to dance all the time in them.
Yeah.
He was kind of a ham on the camera, but
he doesn't really do that anymore.
You don't really do that much anymore. I could probably get him to, but that would be staging it. And I usually don't stage too much. I mean, I might set the camera here and do what I need to do and yada, yada, yada.
It's not really staging, though.
Yeah, but I don't. Hey, Alderman Farms, glad you're here. That's they're the channel, Rua, that's got the high tunnel. And
Daniel showed me the video.
They're in Mississippi. So I had a professor at college who was from Mississippi, Dr. Lipe, who said that you have to say Mississippi. If you don't say Mississippi, then you're not from Mississippi. It's like Louisville. You can't say You can't say Mississippi. You say Mississippi.
Nevada.
Yeah.
And then what was it for her channel?
Quebec.
You
gotta say Quebec Homestead. Yeah, Mississippi.
Hey, thanks.
How you both doing? Yeah, we're doing really great. Yeah, we did that live stream with Quebec Homestead on Wednesday. There's StreamYard. Yeah, I can't believe it was Wednesday.
And then I worked Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
And Saturday?
What days did you work?
Friday and Saturday. It was Thursday night. No.
Friday and Saturday. You worked Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, you had Thursday off. But
I was on call. That's why.
You were on call. Then you didn't get called in, did you? That was nice. But
I saw something move. It was Toby.
You should have. You're in like Toronto area, aren't you? Vintage Vibes. So I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking about the things that I want to get done on the homestead, on the farm. We've done a lot this year. And I'll probably mention that some in the 1 year anniversary video I've got coming up soon. But I've decided that it makes sense to make a list. I have made lists in the past, but then I kind of stopped making the list, and so I'm going to make a list again, I suppose. So I haven't even showed this list to you yet, Rua.
it'll be new to us all because I haven't seen the list either.
Well,
let me hear your list.
Well, I took the thumbnail when I was out in the high tunnel because I was, working. I go out there every single day and I open up the propagation chamber in the morning. And if it's going to be a warm day, I'll unplug the heating mats. If it's not a warm day, so the high tunnel, it was like 20s. It was in the 20s here today, and it was in the 80s in the high tunnel. So when the sun is shining, it can make it go up like 60 degrees in the high tunnel. It was super warm. And I think in the propagation chambers, even though I had the mat off, the heating mat off, and the lid off of it, it was still like 90, 95 degrees in the propagation chamber in there, in the humidity chamber. But I go out there and I check on everything, and a lot of the things I put a couple new things in there. I put a couple of magnolia branches in there.
Oh, that's cool. I would love to have a magnolia tree.
I'm not sure if
expensive.
Are they expensive trees?
I thought magnolia. Remember Travis? He had one for sale, and it was like $50 or something.
Yeah, some of his decorative trees are kind of expensive. How cold is it there? Vintage Vibes in Toronto.
More cold than I could take. Vintage Vibes.
Anyway,
I've always wanted to live in Texas and Alaska, and
Alaska would be pretty cold.
Alaska freeze. What's the matter?
That's our little puppy, our little poodle puppy. Do you want to see her? She's we've had her 2 weeks now.
She's doing really well. Much better.
This is our standard poodle, Betty. Say hi, Betty. Hi, I'm Betty.
Negative 12 degrees, Kimmy.
Oh, wow.
I feel like I couldn't even go outside.
Well, we were supposed to have really cold weather next weekend, but we were supposed to have that polar vortex, but it don't look like it is as much anymore. It was supposed to be like 5 degrees low, and then a wind chill of like negative 10 or 15, which is pretty cold for us. I know that might not be. I know that might not be too bad for those of you up there, up yonder.
I don't go outside, right? Yeah, I wouldn't go outside either. Oh, Vintage Vibes, you're at negative 7.6 degrees Fahrenheit. I had to Google that because I'm not up to speed on my
It's
Celsius.
64. Where are you, Teen Homesteader? You might have told me before, but where are you?
Oh, man, 64.
I love it.
That makes me miss Turlock a little bit. I don't miss California, but I miss the 21, 22.
That's nice. That's Celsius, too, isn't it, Angel Eyes? That's pretty warm. What is 21, 22 in Fahrenheit? You were just looking on your... California. That's right. We were in California in around Modesto area, but
I think he's from a little bit.
I feel like she's grown some. I gave her a bath degrees. Today. Mwah, she's a good dog. Whoop. But I've tried to get used to her. Adjusted our forecast lows from the low teens to the 20s, thankfully. Oh, yeah. So you all, I think I asked, I don't think anybody responded, but I asked the other two channels, Southern Blessed.
You're supposed to be
good night, buddy. I've told you it's bedtime. This is our son, Ben. He's supposed to be in bed, and he won't listen.
Good night, Ben.
I think I asked him. I think both of them only have like one layer of plastic on their high tunnel as well. We've got 2 on ours. And what we read was for every layer of plastic on the high tunnel, it takes your climate down 500 miles south of you. So it can be like, put us like in Florida almost. So that's really nice. Yeah, she was super fluffy.
Cool. Yeah, she is super fluffy, especially if Daniel gave her a bath and brushed her. Well,
I wanted to shave her, and I'm still going to shave her in the summer, but we've gotten some cold weather here and going to have some cold weather. So
I agree, Homestead Aquarius. Now below 0.
I know. That's freezing. Yeah.
I would hate to I would have to have a car that started automatically with a push button.
They've got that where you can do that.
I know. I would like one in the future.
Yeah. Well, I think you can get a kit for it, too. You can get kit put on. I think they're not too bad. 50 or 100 bucks. We're going to be
looking that up.
50 or 100 bucks where you can do it. But you layer the jumpers on. You can get sunburned in the high tunnel. Man, it's Alderman Farms talked about that they've got a shade cloth on theirs. We don't have a shade cloth on ours. She has some allergy to the sun, to full sun, and it really helps her. So I really appreciated those videos, learned a bit on that. But ours is much larger than both the Alderman Farms and the Grow Family Network, I think, and Southern no, not Southern Blessed, Southern Deep South Homestead. Ours is 148 foot long and 30 foot wide. So
Liv said, he's your mini me. That's cool.
who said that?
Libby, right? In Pedmore?
Right Margie.
Oh.
Yeah. He's my mini me.
Okay, I meant Margie.
Yeah. And we actually, Alderman Farms, applied for another one. So we'll know in April if we got, another one. That'd be,
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. But I've got a propagation chamber in there. Our marigolds have started to germinate, and our yarrow has germinated. So that's done. But the other things haven't yet. The Maximilian sunflowers haven't. I started those, and the peppers haven't. And I started a couple rows of tomatoes.
Is there still?
And then some onions, some white Lisbon bunching onions.
Is the lettuce still there? I haven't been in there.
Yeah, the lettuce is still in there.
I guess I went in there last week, but I haven't been in there.
It's now required. Oh, it's not required. It wasn't required last year. We just got ours this last year, and it wasn't required.
It could be required. Everyone likes to make rules.
Yeah.
You want to move to Alaska? I know. I wanted to live in Alaska and Texas for some reason. I have no idea why. I still would like to do that sometime in my life.
You went to the Dollar Tree and paid $1.25 for something? Have prices went up at the Dollar Tree?
4 packs of seeds for $1.25.
Yeah, they're great.
Cool.
You get some seeds there. We've got so many seeds.
I feel like we need more seeds.
Yeah, everybody does. I was thinking about bringing them home from up Nan and Papa's house and looking through them and kind of showing you all what we had. But it's just so much. It was overwhelming. I'd be overwhelmed. I took it out here on the table and just, oh man, it's so much. I need to go through it and get rid of stuff.
Don't you need to put them in protective binders?
No, you don't have to, but it's best to kind of store them in, like the freezer where it's not humid.
Yeah, but how would that help if it's a real survival situation? Your seeds are in the freezer.
You can put them in your root cellar or in some kind of waterproof thing like an army ammo can or something like that. Homestead Aquarius, we were talking about our high tunnel. Alderman Farms, they're in Mississippi. Where are you? Are you in Alabama or are you in Mississippi too? I forget. Anyway, they have to have a shade cloth on their high tunnel required by the NRCS. It's a grant through the government, an NRCS equip grant. But we just got ours last year and they don't require it in our zone, or they didn't last year.
I know. I don't know what I have this thing about Texas. Has to be. Oh, I can't imagine being allergic to the sun. That would be very awful.
Yeah.
Okay to get a grant. Texas is going to be its own state. I
don't know. I don't think they will because I read something about it, but it wouldn't surprise me if anybody did it. It'd probably be Texas, but. I went through your seeds. Couldn't believe how many yeah, I know. We need to do something as well.
I agree, Nina. I'd like to do. Why can't we do the 3-ring binder stuff?
Yeah, I guess we could. The shade cloth is part of the kit.
I remember seeing somebody's homesteading video from years ago, and they had this huge binder.
We got too much, and some of them, Nana. I looked. Y'all mixed some of your old seeds in with all of the seeds. Go to bed, Benjamin, please, sir. And some of them are like from 2005, so those might not make it. So we might need to. Yeah, some of those are really old. I kind of looked at some of the things on there, but some of the dates and stuff, and for when they were packed. Anyway, I don't know. I need to go through them. I want to try to keep it simple this year, to be honest with you, because I have in years past, tried to do too much. And it gets all weedy and overgrown and too much. I've got too many things going on. I did it this year. If you watch some of my videos, the good, bad, and ugly garden collaboration, it was just too much, And so I've got a couple of things that's going to help me get it right, make it simpler, and then maybe not do quite as much, because we've got, I've got probably 3 acres up here. That includes the high tunnel and where the pigs are and stuff like that I can do whatever I want to with. But I've tried to use more of that than I should have. So
you saw a case that would be great, Angel Eyes, to get another crop. That's weird before summer ends. Yeah. I know we'll look for a case or something to put stuff in.
Well, we've got so many, and we need to organize them. But yeah,
it sounds like some of them aren't good too.
Yeah.
So
We need
who
to go through
knows?
them.
Who knows how much?
But
we'll
we also
really
got
have.
some from the seed swap. That was, what was that?
Our kids got some from the homesteaders picnic. It was like a
Heartland Homesteaders picnic. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a free seed giveaway, and they like took a bunch of stuff, but the people didn't care.
Yeah, so there was a seed table there, and you're supposed to, leave some and get some. We didn't bring any, so we weren't going to get any, but the kids got some.
We'll watch We'll watch Locust Street Cottage video.
Okay.
I used the case. We'll watch it.
Yeah, it'd be good. Anyway, the kids came over there to get some of those seeds, and we tried to tell them not to, but the people said, "No, go ahead. I don't care if they take all of them." But
I know. And we're like, "Please stop."
They got too many.
And they're like, "We really don't care." And I'm like, "Oh no."
They got too many. Hey, Locust Street, I'm going to make you a moderator, and you can share your video if you want to. So then we can find it a bit better. Store seeds in a paint can.
Really?
Yeah. That wouldn't help organize it very well unless so we want to store them and organize them. So if there's
I guess if you had several paint cans and
yeah.
I feel like I do. I feel like I have several paint cans that have old paint in them and never used.
Yeah.
But you'd have to really clean them out.
Yeah. And we've got Army cans. Papa does some old ammo cans. They
were like these cigar boxes. My grandpa used to smoke cigars, and my classroom teacher, my second grade classroom teacher, used all that stuff. That would be good if we had like some old cigar boxes, but I guess they're
well, they probably wouldn't help keep moisture out of it though.
True. No.
I clicked on that so I can look at that a bit later.
You've got yours in a shoebox in the back room.
It's in Canadian.
Oh.
I'll have to change it and look for it in American.
We'll change it.
And I'm going to click on your link too, so I can, no, I need to make sure to click on it because it wanted me to leave the site. That would have been bad. Open link in new tab. So it won't let me click on it yet, but I can see if I can find it.
We'll find it.
Yeah. So because I'm in this one on YouTube, it won't let me do that a bit, So I've told y'all a few times, and it may seem because we've got so many things that, we're really good at things or that we've got a lot of stuff, and we do have a lot of things, but we're kind of just getting started. We've been here 4 years, and we've only gotten moderately serious about it the last couple of years. And even then, I would probably even say just the last year almost.
Do you think that a spreadsheet, that's pretty cool? I always wanted to do those things, like the spreadsheet.
Rua loves organization. When she was the stay-at-home parent and was home with the kids, I'd come home from the office, and she'd have everything pulled out. I'm organizing.
I wish I wouldn't have done that way though.
I'm organizing.
Always clean before you organize.
So
what are you doing?
Well, there was a cord that was hanging out of the computer over here, and I didn't want to make sure that Betty wasn't chewing on it. Yeah. No one will take them locally. What kind of seeds do you have, Locust Street, that you're going to throw away? Somebody locally gave us some flower seeds. I need to start some of those. I don't know. She put it on Facebook, a marketplace. Remember when I went and got those? That she had some flower seeds, some free seeds. So I went and got them.
Maybe I do.
I'll go get them real quick. They're just right there.
Okay.
Tell them about that thing that you did that one time.
That thing I did that one time.
Something came in your mind whenever I said that. What was it?
It was really nothing. I'm tired tonight, I guess. What seeds are? Oops, we'll send it on. Oh, we didn't. You'll send it on the U.S. one. That's pretty cool if there's a Canadian one. British channel called Grow Veg has a program for planting that may help. Yeah, we have 2. Label maker. That's cool. What is all this?
So remember that lady that was in town? So she had these that she just gave me a bunch of. Here's some tall yellow coreopsis.
I don't remember this.
You can't see that. Tall yellow coreopsis. I've never planted those.
This isn't medication. These are seeds.
These are Rose of Sharon, white with pink maroon center. We've got a Rose of Sharon tree up at the property. I'm not sure what flower color they are. Sweet yellow orange with red striped marigolds. It's just a flower. So you can take the flower there. You see the flower?
It looks like a bug.
A bug.
That reminds me of a bug.
Make me a planting chart. Let's see.
Maybe a planting chart.
Some Mexican cosmos. These are ones that she just, advertised that she had that she wanted to give away, and I went and picked them up. Black-eyed Susans. I know y'all can't see that very well.
Why showing?
I'm not gonna show them anymore. I won't do it. Ox-eye daisies.
I don't know all the names.
Bunch of flowers. Frilly yellow marigold.
They're not seeds, they're the flowers. Can you do that?
Yeah. So if you just save the flower bloom, it's got a bunch of seeds in there. So I bet those mums in there, we could plant some mums with those. That
mum was really pretty.
Yellow Queen Sophia marigolds.
Poor herb.
Tixie tall yellow coreopsis. Ox-eye daisy perennials. Some more marigolds. And more coreopsis. Anyway, I don't know. There was one more here. What is it? Rose of Sharon, white with maroon center.
I didn't do anything naughty.
Sorry, that might have bored you a bit. Hey, Prepper Chick, Texas. Glad you're here.
What do you mean, vintage vibes? Do we want to know? Did you do something naughty, Rua? Not today.
No, I thought that'd be funny to say. Tell them about that thing that you did that one time.
Okay.
Whenever I was leaving, she didn't really do anything. She never does anything.
What is that supposed to
I knew it. I was kidding.
I love your jokes.
Hey, Kitty Russell, glad you're here. Glad you're a part of it. But we're just talking about what was going on. Really, I didn't have a whole lot planned. If I did anything, I was going to tell you about what was going on in the high tunnel, because that's where I took the picture. We told you about Betty. I'm not sure where she is now.
Probably off peeing somewhere since we're not watching her.
Giant queen sunflower, butternut squash, asparagus, beans, miscellaneous carrots, blue leg green beans, sweet baby watermelon, Hale's best cantaloupe, Clemson spinelands okra. Boy, you got a lot of stuff. Someone
Must
come
take
get them.
all.
That's funny.
Black-eyed Susans are supposed to be easy, but I've never had success with them.
I'm going to try to grow some of these this year. I like flowers. Pollinators are really great, especially perennials. And these like ox-eye daisies and stuff like that are supposed to be perennials, it says on
Are
here.
you able to do the field again?
So I was wanting to move the pigs. That was one of the things on my list. I want to move them in with the cattle, but I've got to work on the electric fence in order to do that.
Move them in with the cattle.
Why not?
I just don't want them to get out.
No, I've got to work on the fence first.
Yeah.
And put some electric in there, and then I want to do the sunflowers like I did, and run the disc over it.
The only thing left in your garden is celery and peppers. Black-eyed Susans, I grew from seeds.
We have some good stuff in our high tunnel still. We have the broccoli still.
Is it growing?
It's growing. It looks like it's starting to put some, broccoli on.
Marigold sage, is that the same thing as just marigolds?
Marigold sage?
Yeah.
Sometimes she mistypes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Why you rub it in her face?
We stop.
And we got some Brussels sprouts in there and some cabbage. And we still have the lettuce. And the stevia is in there. The strawberries, comfrey. There's some dill in there still. And what's that other thing? Swiss chard. There's some Swiss chard in there still. So Springfield, Missouri. You're not. My sister lives in Columbia, Missouri. Springfield, isn't that close? Isn't that close to where like the Hagans moved to? I
have no idea. Yeah. Hey, Joe said she found your church and watched some preaching, really uplifting. That's cool.
Yeah, I saw that you commented on it. Thanks. You commented on last week's sermon. That's when I preached. I preach next Sunday as well. But growing comfrey this year to make a salve. Oh yes. I'm going to do that sometime. With the comfrey, make some salve out of it. I sent some to Tiny Home Deals. He comes to the channel a lot. He's a really nice guy. His name's David. I sent some. He asked me to send him some, so I dried it and mailed it to him. And anyway, he said that he had a broken ankle or something like that, and he made a salve and a poultice or something, put it on there. I don't know if he made a salve or just a poultice, but pretty much anything that has a flower. So I like perennials. So I've got my Jerusalem artichokes. They have flowers on them. I've got my black locust trees. They're going to have flowers on them hopefully this year. I got all sorts of fruit trees.
Maybe we'll get an Asian pear again.
Yeah, we got one Asian pear.
Maybe we'll get 2 Asian pears.
There was
what's the southwest corner KTTS? Is there?
KTTS. I'm not sure who KTTS is. But southwest corner. I don't know.
Check out Old Alabama Gardener on YouTube. He's a comfrey guru.
I got my comfrey from Coe's Comfrey, but I've got tons of it now. And I'm going to grow even more. I'm going to probably try to sell it eventually. But yeah, I think bees even like the flowers on comfrey, but I usually cut it off and try to make as much biomass as I can with it to feed the rabbits or the chickens or use it as mulch or something like that. So I don't really do anything with the flowers on it.
So will the bees, like, is that why we'll have the high tunnel open? So bees can get in?
Yeah, and other pollinators. Bees aren't the only pollinators, but I've got some mimosa trees. They're kind of weedy. People don't really like them because they're kind of invasive and stuff like that. But still, I planted a bunch of seeds up near the property line, right next to the property line, just some scattered seeds. And they like hummingbirds and butterflies like those a lot too.
She says, I'm doing sunflowers and marigolds, but want to know what else would be good pollinator to attract some hummingbirds. There was like a woman told me, we did a video, it was like that Tatiana, she told me not to hang the bird feeders because you could make them really sick if you didn't do that formula. And she told me a bunch of this stuff to plant, but I don't remember what all of it was.
She wants to know plants, I think. Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I think just about any flowers. So hummingbirds like red. So red flowers are really great because they're kind of attracted to the red is what I've heard. Coneflower, bee balm. Okay. So yeah, I think they're really attracted to the red. I don't remember what else
she said. She had like a little garden area. Hey, Strong Enough to Bend Homestead.
They're the ones that are just over close to us. They're really nice. We met them at the Heartland Homesteaders picnic.
Asian pear. That was a really good Asian pear. I want more.
Yeah, I didn't have much of it. I'll let you eat most of it. But it was we've got one, and it's kind of just straight up and down. We're kind of new to it. So anyway. It was the first one that we've had. We haven't gotten any apples yet. We've had apples for a couple of years. We haven't got any peaches. There was a couple of peaches on there, but it seemed like they, just fell off. I ain't got any peaches yet.
Honeybees will come in a high tunnel, but they can get disoriented, and we haven't seen big numbers. However, bumblebees can come in and out with no trouble.
Did you say Alderman Farms that y'all had some kind of thing around it, like some kind of screen or fence or something around it? We were thinking about putting some kind of fence up to keep the dogs and stuff out of it.
I think we're going to have to do that. I guess by we, I mean you. I'm not going to put up a fence, so.
Yeah. Well, I planted comfrey on the north side, 2 rows of comfrey. I probably should have put it a little further away. And then we planted some garlic on the south side. But we can still do something. Yeah. But I like perennials more than annuals if I can.
That was Grow Family Network.
Oh, that was Grow Family Network that had that. Okay. I watched all 3 of them. It took me, y'all had some long videos. So it took me a couple hours to watch, both in the series. And maybe there's one more in both of them. But yeah. I don't, most of the time, to be honest with you, if videos are longer than 10 or 12 minutes, unless it's something that's really super interesting, I don't watch it because, I'm like, I can't do that. But so there's some of our friends that we met at the Heartland Homesteaders picnic, Walterman Homestead. And they've been posting a little bit more recently, but some of them are like 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. I'm like, okay, I can spare 5 minutes to to watch this. But yeah, I try very hard to say what I need to say and get it done, edit all that extra stuff out most of the time. Sometimes I add a little bit, but most of the time I try to keep it short unless it's something that has to be long. Oh yes, a Homestead Aquarius. I love the low input. You plant once and you eat it forever, and just very low input. That's what I really love. And I think it was Grove Family Network that had some turmeric, and that made me think of your video, Homestead Aquarius, one of the first ones that we watched of yours.
Remember that one?
Yeah, one of the first ones that we watched whenever we first met you.
Your turmeric and you were talking. I do remember.
Oh yeah, he always does that. I kind of like it, but it's not what I do. But it's just his hands, and he's always talking, and he's got it backwards and stuff like that. And he was talking about his turmeric, and I was like, I want to have turmeric. I need turmeric.
We don't have any turmeric.
I know. That's what Nana said. We need turmeric. I'd love to have it. I want us to get our apothecaries, garden growing too, herbs and stuff. So we have comfrey, that's good for stuff. Yarrow is good for stuff. Feverfew, Nana's got, that's good for headaches. We've got our willow tree that's good for willow tree that's good for like aspirin.
What is there a fruit tree that bears fruit fast? That's what Vintage Vibes. And I don't know.
I think the further south you get, the more you can get fruit trees that'll grow, and do fruit fast. But if you'll get it on certain like rootstock, then it'll do better. Just a set of hands. You're like Thing, huh? But if you get it like on a dwarfing rootstock,
no sad face, happy face.
Otherwise, you have to wait like 10 or 15 years. I wanted to plant some of our apple trees.
We gotta wait 10 to 15
No. Most of ours is on dwarfing rootstock. I think it should produce.
But
soon.
Then we need to plant some big ones.
I do. I want to. Whenever I prune,
to do that now. That's moved up to a priority.
Whenever I prune my apple trees next time and peach trees, I think I want to take cuttings off of them and start, trees from those. So they won't be on a dwarfing rootstock. It'll be like 10 or 15 years. And the same thing. Yes, and the same thing for like pecans and nut trees. You got to,
Let's get some big ones.
So these pecan trees that we have, they won't grow. Papa keeps on saying it's 7 years that they'll start producing pecans, so that's why you plant it now. That's why I focused on some of the fruit trees. We're gonna have to
plant some fruit trees.
Yeah, I agree, Angel Eyes, totally. The best time to plant a fruit tree or any tree is 15 years ago. The second best time is now. Yes, Alderman Farms, the saying. The second best time is now. So that's what we've been doing. Before we started our channel, maybe 2 or 3 years ago now, we started planting these fruit trees. But we hadn't got any fruit besides that Asian pear. And we've gotten some blackberries. I started our blackberries. I was wanting to take some cuttings off those and do some more. And I started some cuttings off of the raspberries. So we'll do that. Do y'all hear our kids in the background? Y'all hear that? Hey, it's fine. He's fine. Mulberries, yes.
But that tree was already there, though.
Yeah, that mulberry tree was already there.
I love that mulberry tree.
I'm going to prune it back big time. Just FYI.
I don't want you to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Why do you need to do that?
Well, because then it'll bush out and make more and you can reach more. Most of what's back up there you can't reach. So I'm going to prune it and we'll like pollard it. Pollard. Is it pollard or pollard? You get berries like that. Actually, one of my first videos was taking some cuttings off of our blackberries, maybe February, March of last year. Maybe April, I don't know. Anyway, some of those had some berries on it this year, just a couple little berries. So you can do that. We have a pecan tree. It was around 15 years. Oh no, yeah. Papa keeps on saying 7 years, but
we'll be old before we get any nuts.
Well, some of the trees you plant for your children and grandchildren. So if they take this place, then they'll have it. They'll have the trees, and my daddy and my granddaddy planted that, planted long before our life started. Yeah, I agree.
Almond trees. Oh, I love when the almonds bloom.
Do you say
in California?
Do you say almond, teen homesteader, or almond?
Almond.
When we moved there, they said, almond.
I think a lot of people said almond still.
Yeah, most people, the people who grew the almonds said almond most of the time, and they said that. And this was church people because we were there for church. They said that the almond is what you get when you beat the L out of the almond.
Yep, that's what Anna just said.
Yeah, beat the L out of it. That's funny. Yeah. So I got like 4 different varieties of pecan trees, but I think 2 of them died.
Mulberries are lovely.
Almond. Yeah.
I say almond too. I'm saying almond.
Yeah. I planted
Almond.
like 25 red mulberries last year, and I got a bunch of Pakistani and Shangri-La mulberries, which some people don't like because they think that you should only plant the native varieties, but I got these anyway. But anyway, oh yeah, I'd love to have some gooseberries.
I thought we had gooseberries.
No.
Oh, that's goomy berry.
We've got goomy berries. We got goomy
That's
berries.
what the
And we've had a few of
hairdresser
those.
was asking about.
About the goomy?
No, she was also asking about gooseberry.
I've got 2 currant plants, red currants, but I want some black currants, and I want some gooseberries. All right, see you, Alderman Farms. We'll catch you soon. Well, we want to end this pretty soon too. Eat the nuts after the kids' graduation. Maybe some before.
Maybe.
But anyway, I think we're.
They're being silly.
I think we're gonna run too. Let's see what else. I love my mulberries. Very, very bad. Some people get upset with you in the comments. They're like, only plant the native mulberries. I have $300 worth of trees and bushes in my cart, and congrats, you get to pay for them. That's funny. Yeah, I really love getting cuttings online and starting my own if I can. But you don't have that on rootstock. The like dwarfing rootstock a lot of times. But that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to our mulberries growing. We've got lots of mulberry trees here, but only a couple of them have produced berries.
I love them. They're good.
I know. They're pretty tasty. All right. We love you guys. We're going to get off of here. Talk to y'all later. Look for a video on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and another live stream next Sunday night.
Did y'all know tomatoes are fruit?
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah, baby.
Tomatoes are fruit.
They knew.
And know that question about what's the fastest fruit you grow? Tomatoes.
Tomatoes and berries. Berries are not really a fruit either.